Alrighties, we are starting up. So excited. Yep, I am live. Beautiful. TV star coming in. I am live. I'm alive. Oh man. After being dead last week, this is a good feeling. Yeah, also should just in case I blow out people's eardrums, also make sure my levels and stuff is good. Still is. Alright. We're good. We are live. Lies. How's it going, King? I'm alive this week. I am awake. I am not dying of illness today. And things are good. Things are good. And guys, seriously, like, I just went live. Don't start a fight in the chat. Come on. Anyway. Yes. It is I, that person who's supposed to live stream every Monday. Literally 2018, already missed a live stream. Already had a 6th stream. Yo, Alivar, what's it going? How's it going? Super exciting. Hey, it might have even showed up on Twitter. I don't know. Anime used visual novel. It was Fruit of Grisaia. Let's see if my tweet tweeted out. I also set one of those Twitter things. I also have it pinned that like every Monday 7 p.m. Oh my goodness, my Twitter. Well, enjoy work, Alivar. Oh my goodness, my tweet even went live. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, someone even liked and retweeted it. Thank you. Meth. I bet it was Meth. Meth, thank you. Nah, it's okay, King. I'll make Meth pay the groceries anyway. Wait, what? Ah, I am so excited. We're gonna continue. Everything's looking good. I haven't played since, I don't know, New Year's? Does that say New Year? Charlie? What the hell does Charlie mean? Charlie horse? Isn't Charlie that kid that bites his brother? Charlie bit me! Or whatever it is. Oh man. Missing last week hurt. I mean, I was hurting though. Like, everything was terrible. I was coughing up a few lungs. That's right, a few of them. I had to replace those. All of the lungs. But it's okay, I'm back. Full lung capacity. Ish, maybe? I don't know, well, 6:59. Oh man, we were getting to that 7 p.m. mark. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that is my time. Excuse me. Still on the road to recovery a little bit, but yeah. I'm gonna get in here, so. Alright. But let's, for good old time's sake, introduction properly. Once we hit that 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time wrong. Alright. And it's going to hit 7 p.m. on my end now. There it goes. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, this is animefanrk2k here presenting the Monday Night Livestream, 7 p.m. every Monday night, hopefully, Eastern Standard Time. And today we are continuing the Fruit of Grisaia visual novel. I am excited. I'm stoked. It's been like 2 weeks or 3 weeks even since, because I was sick last week. So sick I couldn't even live stream. How's it going, Demon Netgear? It was... So anyway, let's go right into it. Load to save. Yes, absolutely. On dark nights, it's not uncommon to mistake foliage swaying in the wind for the movements of a sinister human form. Everyone's lewd. If you're alert, you'll understand rationally that it's just an illusion, but your senses feed off that instinctive twinge of terror, transferring the rustling of leaves into the whispering of a demon. To the shrub or tree in question, this quirk of the human mind must be irritating. They mind their own business, spend their days earnestly assimilating carbon dioxide into ligneous tissue, and this is the thanks they get. But the plants don't get the worst of it. There's nothing quite as obnoxious as the way people push misconceptions onto their animals. All too often, pets are treated more like receptacles for the selfish delusions of human beings than companions. I have no idea what we're starting with. Hey, a penny ex machina. Yes, more Grisaia indeed. Welcome, welcome. What if every pet in the world suddenly gained the ability to speak? I'm sure their owners are dying to hear their thoughts, but sometimes ignorance is bliss. It's difficult enough to come to a real understanding between fellow humans. How much harder would that be when one party is an animal? Believing in the fantasy that our pets love us back must be more pleasant than facing that reality. What? An erotic voice, out of place in the peaceful sunshine. Wait, what? In the past, Japan relied heavily on row housing apartments. With thin walls and nosy neighbors, having sex in your own home could be surprisingly awkward. But, as a result, inns aimed especially at couples sprung up, eventually developing into the famous love hotels, and modern housing circumstances usually allow for much greater privacy at home. Oh, this part. Uh-oh. In conclusion, having sex outdoors in this day and age is less likely an attempt at consideration toward your neighbors, and more likely an attempt at getting an additional thrill. We've got a pervert. Normally, I'm not in the habit of criticizing other people's fetishes, but screwing al fresco carries far higher risks than an amateur might expect. It's a highly unsanitary business. Very important life lessons you're learning here, guys. No sex outside. I don't have the slightest idea who might be fornicating here, but I should really tell them off for their own good. Hey, idiots! Did you at least put down a blanket? I've been expecting a half-naked couple tangled together, so I'm surprised to find Matsushima Michiru all by herself. I see, so you weren't a mere tsundere after all. You were in fact a sexually frustrated, perverted tsundere. You. Don't say lewd words. I'm sorry, but it's the game. Hey, how's it going, Vanitas? You are just in time to have missed some of the funniest moments of soliloquy. Unfortunately. I'm actually relieved in a way. You may be twisted, but at least you found a path to follow. Keep at it. No, your head seems to be on relatively straight today. Lewd dialogue. Listen. I'm telling you that out of respect for your deviant spirit. You're a first-class pervert. I don't know, is it? What else would you call someone who gets off outdoors without thought for their surroundings? Huh?
とにかく変態じゃないんだからね。ブワーカ。
Black! Oh my god. Yo. How do people not like this character? She's so funny. Appears I may have misinterpreted the situation. Of course, there's a good possibility she's deceiving me out of sheer embarrassment, but I'm a kind enough human being to sympathetically pretend otherwise. I see. Sorry. Well, either way, I'll pretend not to have seen this. Well, well, there's moderation at its finest, guys. Anyway. Alright, let's say it was rehearsal for a play. Play in which you're attacked by a hoodlum. Your mouth keeps saying no, but your body says yes. Sound about right? Okay, so your body keeps saying yes, but your mouth says no? I mean, that's fair. What? Isn't a tsundere supposed to give in right away? Well, I heard that a tsundere is a woman who says no when she means yes. I mean, that's actually about right for me, probably. I'm a dirty old man. Actually, no, I'm not a dirty old man. I shower and bathe regularly, guys. Thank you, guys. Screen cap that, save it to your phones, share it on the Twitters and other social media. When a girl says no, she almost always means it, you know? The guy does not get to decide otherwise. It's very true. Remember that. I see, the tsundere is more complex than I thought. Usually, however, it is a baka today. I'm so glad she didn't say that in Japanese, because she would call herself like a tennen or whatever it is. Piece of cake, eh? Boom.
Boom.
What? Wait, where's the rest of the dialogue? Wait, we should just boot. Oh, anyway. By the way, what's that black bushy thing you've got hidden there? What? Got rid of it. Look to your left. This time, Michiru seems to have misunderstood something, so I pointed to her side. There's some sort of black lump of hair partially visible. Holy crap, that's a cute cat! The lump of fur stretches grandly, revealing its identity. It was, in fact, a small black cat. The black cat coils around Michiru's legs, purring loudly. Unlike your average rotund house cat, it's a bit scrawny, and its hair is dirty and shaggy. Did he really follow you? It looks more like you carried him here. The TV world, guys. It's a safe place, don't worry. Adachi knows. Cats don't follow people around unless they're very used to human company. I can't imagine an animal that's careless enough to casually follow some random blonde around would survive long in the wild. You bribe it with food? Yeah, you're lying. In that case, maybe it followed you instinctively. Immaturity might be a factor. Yeah, you know. Sakaki. I like how that was enough to just gloss that over. No. What? Why do I have to play house with you? Do it yourself. Anybody? Like who?
女の子には優しくしなさいよね。
No.
だ、それはないでしょうね。
Yo, this is fun. You can handle a single cat on your own. There's nothing for me to help with. If you are in serious trouble, I'd lend a hand, but you shouldn't rely on others for every little thing.
あんたって冷たいのね。信じらんない。アンビリーバボらんない。
Unbelievable Lanai. Really? Is that what you said, Michiru? Baboon.
バボー。
Alright then. Put that thing back where you found it. Bye.
待ちなさいよ。せめてこうなんかないの？もうちょっとこう優しげなあれはないの？
Probably like none. You're really hopeless. Very well. In recognition of your empty head, loose morals, and general incompetence, I'll give you a hint.
ありがとう。
What? Are you aware that cats hate certain scents? Citrus in particular. If you have something like that, it'll drive him off in no time.
うん、それは知ってるけど、どうすればいいのやら。
This is a girl that drinks 100%.
私のシャンプー、クレープフルーツの香りなんだけど。
Oh my goodness. I mean, that works, I guess. It's between Michiru and Makina on who has the best English. That's it. In other words, your twin tails are soaked with cat repellent. If you dangle him in front of that vile black feline, there's no doubt he'll flee. Alright, this mission is designated. The Battle of the Bulge, Cat Edition. Engage the enemy at once.
どうして猫憎くないけど。
As of this moment, I'm designating that plastic ornament on the right side of your head, Alpha, and the plastic ornament on the left, Bravo. First, get Alpha in front of the cat.
プラサグが
Shut up and move! Alpha, forward, attack!
かかります。こう。
Yes, right face.
ギュイーン。
Now quickly rotate. Support unit Bravo. To the front. Alpha, take rear guard.
シャシャシャシャ。
Good. The target's losing his will to fight. Finish him off with Charlie.
待って、何？急に出てきたチャーリーって誰？
That's the name of the save point. That tuft sticking up out of your head, obviously. Begin vibrating it at once.
これがチャーリー？えい、ブルブルブルブル。
With feeling.
ブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリ。
Oh my god, I can't keep a straight face. Well.
乗ってない？
He is indeed.
あんた、この状況を見て何か言うことは？
Analysis complete. Abnormal perspiration, animal on head, eyes like a dead fish. The above 3 points conclude my observations.
違う、事態が悪化したことへの謝罪とかないのってことでしょ。どうしてこうなった？
Because your head looked comfortable?
そういうことじゃなくて、これ追い返すどころか馴染んでるじゃないの。
True. The operation has failed. Retreat!
解散しちゃダメ。責任取りなさい。
God, you're hard to please. Guess I'll have to bring out my trump card. Hold your current position. I'll go get a bucket of water. Oh god.
ちょっと待って。今なんて？
I like the cat's just like hanging out. Like, what up, guys? I'm getting a bucket and water.
なんでそんなことするの？あんたよくそんなひどいことできるわね。
Cruel thing. Did you think I was going to dump water on the cat? sit on the bucket, drink the water, and take a break.
なんで急に休憩時間に入っちゃうのよ。そんでお水まで飲んじゃうの？バカなの。
Did you just make light of water breaks? You maggot! Are you underestimating the horrors of dehydration? By the time your body's asking for you for water, it's already too late. Regular, moderate fluid intake is absolutely crucial.
いや、分かってますから。その部分をバカって言ったわけじゃないよ。だから、熱く語らないで。
Oh, so sorry. Couldn't help myself. Well then, I'll be getting that bucket, so stand by.
待機しない。この状態を早くどうにかしなさいよね。これじゃあ猫かぶってるってみんなに言われちゃうでしょ。
Crazy cat lady.
にゃー。
The cat's like, yeah! The shoe fits. No, seriously. It seems to have taken to you quite a bit. If you want to drive it off, maybe sprinkling water on it really is the best option. You do want to drive off the cat as soon as possible, right?
そうだけど、でもそんなひどいこと絶対しないで。
Oh. It's just a stray cat, so I think I can. I'll get the water.
ダメだってば。猫ニャーがかわいそう。
Nekonya. Hmm? Neko? Nya?
言ってません。そんなこと言ってません。
Cat, even the cat's like, oh crap, busted again.
そんなことより早くこの子をどうにかしないと。
Right, splashing water from a bucket it is then.
それは絶対にダメなの。猫にどう？この猫がかわいそう。何よ。
Is that his name?
何か？
Nanika. Even the cat doesn't like the name? Is that the name you gave the cat?
だから何がよ。
I'm asking whether you gave this animal that ridiculous name. Answer me!
違います。そんなこと言ってませんし、名前なんてつけてません。もう何よ。
Bumo.
ブモもってさっきからちょいちょいなんで変な言葉を言わせてるのよ。
Oh, he caught on. I noticed this habit you have of repeating short phrases, so I was experimenting to see how far you go with it.
勝手にそんな実験しないでよね。こっちは頭の上に動物乗ってて忙しいんだから。
Push you.
プシやんないもん。
Intriguing. By the way, that Neko Nyao of yours has been licking your Charlie vigorously for a while now.
にゃぷにゃぷにゃぷにゃぷにゃぷにゃぷ。いやー、舐めないで、私のチャーリーを。
I'm glad she now calls her arrogant Charlie. Shall I drive it off?
お願いします。でも水はかけないでね。それはダメだからね。
Understood. Alright, here we go. As I take my first step forward, the cat leaps off Michiru's head and runs off somewhere. It's a bit anticlimactic, but I fulfilled Michiru's request. And Michiru is glaring at me in apparent displeasure. You'd almost think she really didn't want me to scare the cat off. Good for you, he ran off.
ありがとう。
You don't look particularly happy.
そんなことないもん。ああ、せいせいしたわね。猫にまとわりつかれるなんて本当にうんざりしちゃう。
Wow, she's a real tsundere, guys.
私、どっちかっていうと犬が好きだしね。
As Michiru speaks, she's gazing fixedly in the direction where the cat disappeared, her expression wistful. That's a shame.
そうね。残念じゃないわよ。
That aside, I'd consider thinking a little harder next time. The name, Nekonya, is a bit... Even as Michiru spits out those strained words, she's walking off in the direction the cat disappeared. She's clearly gotten attached to it. Why hesitate to admit she's fond of the thing? Why not just be honest about it? Maybe there's something else going on here. Then again, expecting a deeper reason from a girl who named the cat Nekonya might be a little too optimistic. And as mysteries go, that "Lula!" as she left also qualifies. Although it seems like nothing more than a bizarre shriek, perhaps it's a special cipher that will reveal a coherent message when parsed with a certain algorithm? Don't think so. I mumbled to myself in self-derision. Stop overthinking. Hashtag paperwork. Good job, Oliver. That's because the cat's too soon. Habits are persistent things. Even when your circumstances change, they tend to stay with you. Take meal times, for example. I eat at 7 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, and 7 in the evening. If you know the time, you know how full my stomach is. My sleep patterns are even easier to understand. Unless I'm working or have something to do, my eyelids naturally grow heavy after 10 p.m. I would sleep by 11 p.m. at the latest. Even if I don't set an alarm, my eyes open in their own every morning. I usually find the clock reading 4:45 a.m. After spending 15 minutes half asleep in bed, I slowly rouse myself and apply the eye drops I keep cool in the refrigerator. Next, I drink a bottle of oolong tea, replenishing the fluids I lost through sweating in my sleep. Quick check of the weather outside my window, and I change into my sweats and head out for my daily run. These are more rules than habits for me at this point. Today, as usual, I alternated jogging with wind sprints, responding to the echo of the drill instructor's whistle inside my head. But at this very moment outside my empty dorm room, a far from routine incident was beginning to take shape. I was heading back to my room after my run, planning on a quick shower and some breakfast when I noticed something unusual. Suo Amane was skillfully moving her slippered feet down the stairs, careful not to make the slightest sound. Which clearly wasn't... She can't even dress herself properly, guys. Can we talk about this? Look. Like, her pants aren't even buttoned. Like, come on. Amane, come on. The instant I saw her movements, precisely those of an agent on an infiltration mission, I instinctively hid myself in the shadows. I'm now watching her every move. So Amane, that woman, could it be? There's a cold, sticky sweat on my forehead. It's not the product of my daily exercise. Am I her target? Amane is holding a key in her right hand. Glancing cautiously around her surroundings, she moves to my door. She takes great care to unlock it with a gradual, silent movement. Just as I thought, it's my room. I consult my watch. It's still early morning. There's only one reason to sneak quietly into a man's room at this hour. Assassination. Yes. Oh, it's finally this scene. Oh, Vinny's looking forward to it. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that Suo Amane is an agent working for some unknown organization. Realistically, if you think with common sense, she probably isn't, but whatever. But now that I think back, there were a lot of things that didn't make sense. She was aggressively friendly to me from our very first meeting, never showing a hint of embarrassment at pushing herself onto me, and yet she's never showed any particular interest in my past. Just how convenient is that for me? Her lack of interest in my past makes sense if she'd already received an overview of my background. At a glance, she's just your typical horny big sister role player. Oh, that's a great line. But that could be a front hiding a killing machine. A woman takes lives as naturally as she draws breath. I hadn't read her that way, but that's probably because I let down my guard. Unbelievably sloppy. If my master was alive, she'd knock me on my ass for this one. A convenient woman like that is obviously too good to be true! But even as I reproach myself, my chest is burning with bitter sadness. Oblivious to my silent regret, Amane eases my door open and begins to inch her way inside. Well, we'll see what my reaction is. Amane speaks in a whisper, probably a safeguard against the possibility that I awoken earlier than she expected. When there's no response, she continues to move into the room. I quietly follow, concealing myself in the shadows to avoid alerting her to my presence. Of course, she finds my bed empty. Mama looks around the room quickly. After a moment, opens the door to my bathroom and pokes her head in to continue her search. What exactly was she planning to say if I had been taking a shower? What? Say what? Wait a second. So, Amane. Did you seriously sneak in here for that idiotic... No, hold on. Could she have noticed my presence? Is this all just a masterful farce? So, Amane, you're one hell of a woman. Very well. Let's see just how long you can keep up this little act. Mind your own business. I'm working on it at my own pace. They're going in the laundry later anyway. I was going to finish that after my run, okay? She's cleaning it. She's finally ready to lay her trap. Or not. Amane picks up the bottle and starts to gather my scattered clothes from the floor. For some reason, Amane unfolds the clothes in front of her face, buries her nose into them, and begins inhaling their scent. So, Amane, are you a dog? Wait, what? Or rather, a bitch in heat? Are you a pervert, Amane? Hey, what now? Why are you staring at my bed? Wait, you... Don't tell me. Toll yourself! Do you seriously just jump onto my bed? And now she's pressing her face into my sheets and snuffling loudly. Don't stick your face in my bed! Don't shake your ass around! Don't stick your face in my bed and shake your ass around! This girl really is a dog in human form. Press your nose against the covers and inhale over and over. Of course you're going to get lightheaded from lack of oxygen. More importantly, is this what I think it is? If I'm reading this correctly... This woman is in fact a horny big sister role player! Allow me to correct myself. This woman is in fact a sex-crazed maniac. Big sister role player. Ugh. Drunk on the man stink that's apparently lingering in my bedsheets, Amane wriggles her body, breathing roughly through her nose. Watching her shameful display, I feel more relieved than anything else. At the very least, there's no assassin this stupid. Actually, ironically, this is not the weirdest this series has to offer. Thanks. Now that I think this over calmly, there's no way anyone would arrange such an elaborate assassination for me. A traffic accident would be more economical, and the cleanup after the fact much less troublesome. Ugh. All that suddenly ridiculous tension I've been filled with leaks out of my mouth. At this point, I finally notice I am very thirsty. Moving relatively quietly, I open the door to my fridge, retrieve a large bottle of sports drink. Twist the cap off and drink directly from the bottle, gulping down a mouthful of cold liquid. As the chill soaks into my parched throat and the electrolytes course through my strained body, I realize just how worked up I've been over nothing. With her fantasy, I've apparently begun to reach my hand towards Amane's underwear. She's very concerned about this for some unclear reason. At this rate, I'm going to get a real show free of charge. What to do? Maybe the gentlemanly thing would be to go back outside, then noisily pretend to return. With that thought, I start to return my drink to the fridge, but just as I separate my mouth from the 2-liter bottle, the liquid inside sloshes around vigorously, making a surprisingly loud sound. Unfortunately, that sound shatters Amana's delusions just as she's begun a slow, inviting wiggling of her hips. She springs up out of the bed, her eyes wide open. There's no time to hide. I'm standing there with a sports drink in my hand, staring at Amane, and she's staring right back. For a while now. If I honestly tell Amane that I saw the whole thing, she might be hurt. Maybe I should be considerate and tell her I didn't see anything, but at this point, that would be way too barefaced to lie. So the middle ground would be to say I only saw the last part. Let's see, I think it was, you can't, Yuji-kun, or maybe, stop, restrain yourself. Huh? What's wrong? You're sweating like crazy. Want some of this sports drink? I already took a swig, just so you know. Is? So Amana is a bitch and eat. Why? Should I have sung a song to help you get in the mood? And now she's dying of embarrassment anyway. Her legs buckling underneath her, Amana drops to the floor with a thud, covers her face with both hands, and breaks down in hysterical tears. Look, I'm the one who should be screaming here. Coming back to your room to find a woman wriggling around your sheets? I don't remember learning an appropriate response to this particular scenario. The cadence is gonna come soon. Look, on the bright side, at least you noticed me before you started rubbing my pillow between your legs, right? Hey, Amane? Amane pushes past me and runs away screaming, still hiding her face in her hands. Although from the straight of her ears, I can infer that it's bright red. What am I supposed to do with this woman? It's hardly that big a deal. But apparently I'm the only one that thinks so. A good hour later, it's time to go to school, but Amana has locked herself in her bathroom and shows no sign of emerging. What the heck? Thanks, Makina. You make everything better. Oh my goodness. Makina. MVP. Well, the exact details aren't any of my business, but it seems that Makina's persistent siege eventually convinced Amana to leave the bathroom. Giving birth, right? Don't be too harsh. Amane has her reasons. No, she's the last person that should be apologizing at this point. Don't worry about it. This is almost my fault in a way. I'll tell you when you're a little older, Makina. You can practically see the question mark floating over Makina's head as she tries to get a grasp on the situation. Meanwhile, Amane seems to be trying to get through this by force of will alone. The three of us leave the dorm and begin to run toward our classroom. What's wrong, Makina? You're falling behind. Run! No condom knuckles allowed! Well... Alright then, Makina, I'll teach you a wonderful song that makes running more enjoyable. It's called the running cadence. At my old school, we sung these all the time when we had to run. Repeat after me, got it? Suo Amane's a bitch in heat. Rolling around in a man's bed sheets. Good for you. Good for me. Good. Oh! Well then, shall we take a leisurely walk and sing some nice nursery rhymes instead? Although I had been considering trying to turn the whole incident into a joke so that we could laugh it off together, things didn't wrap up that neatly. Makina enjoyed the cadence call more than I'd expected. And when she got Sachi to join in a loud chorus during PE class that day, our classmates naturally started asking about the lyrics. Amane's response was to hang her head deeply and vaguely mumble, "Shiranayo." The smile on her face at that moment was truly hollow. Oh, this game. Oh, this game is awesome. The moment I leave my room, I'm met with a shrill voice from the lobby. Michiru vs Yumiko. What route am I on? Apparently none yet. Yeah, this is all common. From what I can gather, Michiru is trying to drag Sakaki into some sort of group event. So, do those two dislike each other after all? Ask Amane, who's watching the fight from the sidelines, to clear up a point of confusion. True, I can see that. I see. Michiru tries to bring things together as everyone's leader, while Sakaki avoids excessive contact with those around her. It's only natural that these two would come into conflict pretty frequently. Dollies? Oh, it's like a puppet show or something? Oh snap, the knife. Uh-oh. What's with this Cobra vs. Mongoose situation? Hmm? Judging from the way she isn't backing down, even with that box cutter in her face, Michiru's gotten a little heated herself. Shouldn't we stop this? No, I'm probably not gonna watch Dragon Ball Super King. Like I said, I've said this before. My Dragon Ball days are over. I will forever be in the world of Z. I look down to find Makina hiding behind Amana's back, watching the scene fearfully. If you want, I can try to calm them down. Somebody tells me that's not gonna work, but okay. Daimajin? What? Hey, how's it going, Shade? A demon lord? Ah, I knew it! Sachi. And so the fearsome demon lord, or rather Sachi, slowly advances towards her prey. You crazy? Sachi's obviously not cut out for this role. No offense to Sachi, when it comes to stopping an argument, I think you'd be more effective on Mane. What? There's a precedent? Oh, flashback time. She pulled it off? With a bang, huh? What the hell did she do? This is a little hard to swallow, honestly. Seeing is believing, is it? Crackle. Well, Tom, welcome to a Monday Night Livestream. This is normal, I think. Is it? I think it is. Hmm? What? Wait, what? Wait. I have something to discuss with you two. And they stopped. Wait, what? Wait, what? What is happening? What face is she making? Look at the background, Mongoose and Cobra. What the hell is that? She just asked him and she did a crappy job of it. True. The wind has completely gone out of Michiru and Sakaki's sails. Yeah, seriously. I see. Those is the nature of her demonic powers. Hey, Michiru. Seeking further details, the captain reaches her as she totters away from the scene. What happens to be in an anime? Isn't that like everything? Well, is there a manga too? Why do you stop arguing just now? Wait, what? Sachi has a serious mode? I'm pretty sure you said that wrong. I've heard if looks could kill, at least. In other words, when Sachi needs to, she can fire a glare powerful enough to kill? Ooh. Michiru continues to mumble to herself as she sits down on a nearby sofa. Yumiko's like, oh, this failure. Sakaki, for her part, is unusually pale in the face. Ah. That makes way too much sense now. So it seems. You really place a lot of trust in Sachi's abilities. It seems like I may have been underestimating Sachi. Hey, Sachi. There's more to you than meets the eye. That was pretty impressive. Aw, she's embarrassed. Oh, is that what Sakaki didn't want to participate in? Board games? What? Have fun. Don't worry about the noise. I'm the type who can sleep next to train tracks. What? Oh, snap. Transformers. Well. They've been going at it like cats and dogs just moments ago, but all of a sudden it's an utterly united front. Might be a little late in the game to realize it, but I seem to have ended up in a pretty troublesome school. Guess I participated in said board game tournament. I wonder what her natural hair color is. Granted, it's probably black. Although it's not uncommon to hear someone who acts in bizarre or stupid ways derided as a space alien, as a general rule, the aliens I've seen in movies possess advanced intelligence surpassing humanity's. In some, they're even depicted as virtual gods, manipulating genetic sequences to control human evolution. Do aliens exist? If you ask scientific authorities on the subject, they'll tell you, in all likelihood, yes. But just as the children's eyes begin to sparkle, the scientists tack on a malicious afternote. Not that they're anything like what you're thinking. Even if we do find some alien water flea wriggling around on a distant planet, I can't imagine it will inspire too passionate a response from the general public. People don't want to rip off like that for their ET. What they want is a simple, by-the-book alien. I think we found it. Although I have experienced a wide range of auditory stimuli in my time, this is quite the ear-splitting shriek. There's considerable distance between me and the source, so there's no damage to my eardrums, but if I had to approach, I need to prepare myself a pretty decent set of earmuffs. Compared to the 120 decibels produced by the engine of a civilian aircraft, this is no match in pure volume. But when you consider the sheer unpleasantness factor, it's a pretty competitive match. Again, mind explaining what's going on? Uh-oh. How long is a while? Several days? Weeks? Fair enough. What exactly is that woman doing? Other than shrieking like a banshee. Oh, ritual. Communicating with the stars, eh? I see. Plausible. That woman is definitely a little out of the ordinary. I don't think you should necessarily talk. I'm somewhat interested in the nature of this ceremony. Let's take a look. Ah. Like that. Like what exactly? I like the fact that everyone has names for these scenes, like the alien scene, this scene, that scene. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, what does it mean? I see. That'll do just that. As I approach Michiru's room, I notice a strange stench in the air. This is foul. Some kind of gas? The membranes of my nose twitch in response. My body recalls the tension it's known in the field. I was trained to retain the capacity for action in a cloud of tear gas, but the irrepressible coughing and running nose, the pain in your eyes, and the irritation of your skin will always lower your effectiveness. No, my mistake. This isn't gas. I thought it might have been dispersed pepper spray. That seems to have been a misjudgment. The odor is terrible, but it's not dense enough to affect my... What's this? The ceremony Makina was talking about? What? It hurts? What's that supposed to mean? This ceremony. Don't tell me it involves human sacrifice? When you think of human sacrifice, the Mayan civilization is what comes to mind. In order to offer tribute to the god of the sun, it's said that they would paint a human being blue and gouge their still beating heart. Ceremonies like that should have been ancient history by now. In the first place, we're in Japan here, you know? It's hard to believe, but if Michiru happens to have painted her body blue, then it's bingo. What? She has emerged! Immediately tumble my way across the hall with a skillful shoulder roll, hide myself in the shadows, and silence the sound of my breath. the hell is she doing? Oh! In this moment, I know fear. Not the fear of death or the fear of darkness. This is, in fact, a variety of terror completely new to me. To explain its nature concisely. What the hell is this? Michiru's body was not, in fact, dyed blue, which is all well and good, but rolls of cling wrap are draped all around her head. From inside, a mysterious sap drips out in globs. Just as Makina said, Michiru's eerie, irregular movements are reminiscent of a space alien. This must be the particular variety of terror that accompanies a close encounter of the third kind. If I'm discovered, all bets are off. It's that sort of fear. Michiru wanders around the hallway with vacant eyes. Her cries are truly bizarre. Is she receiving a message? Or could that shriek itself be her transmission to the stars? Best artwork ever! Michiru draws near. Her lips start trembling violently. Her eyes seem to have rolled back in her head. What? And the picture's just going at it. She passes my hiding place and wanders off somewhere. It's been a long time since I wished so desperately from the bottom of my heart, please don't find me. She's left a slimy trail behind her, like a slug. I thought she was nothing more than a tsundere wannabe. I think she conducts such a mysterious ritual. Clearly, I need to handle her with more caution. Hey, how's it going, Sakaki? If it isn't Sakaki, let me ask you instead. What are you doing standing up like that? As for me, I was just taking evasive action in response to a certain crisis. I stand up, brushing off the dust on my clothes picked up during my roll across the floor. Incidentally, what are your thoughts on extraterrestrial life? I know it's a difficult question, but I want to organize my own thoughts on the matter. Please let me hear your opinion. Sakage answers my sudden question without hesitation. That's fair. What? 宇宙からのファーストコンタクト。それは思いもよらない形から始まる。最初は予兆、そして接触。人間たちは未知の恐怖に怯え、理解よりも警戒が勝ってしまう。その結果、人々は安らかな睡眠のために武器を手に取ることを選択するのよ。Battle for survival, huh? Sometimes there's no room for any other choice, and there's an old saying, the first blow is half the battle. でもナポレオンはこう言ってる。戦いは最後の5分間にある。I see where you're going with this. 宇宙戦争は人類の敗北という形で幕を引く。恐怖から逃れるために武器を取ることは間違っている。と最後に結んでその小説は終わったわ。Novel. Oh, we were talking about a book. 当たり前じゃない。宇宙人についてなんて急に言われても答えようがないもの。I see. My bad. いいえ、別に。だけど、これからは廊下での匍匐前進は慎みなさい。Well, she, you know, that's what friends do. They mess with each other. Wait, what? Crawling, is it? True, the low crawl they teach every SDF grunt is a method of advancing with your body pressed flat on the ground. So it's not surprising you see it that way. But I didn't advance even a single meter, now did I? Your powers of observation are still lacking, Sakaki Yumiko, my friend. That is what we call the prone position. Then there's Sachi. Oh, it's Sachi. Well, what, you were listening? Sachi's anxious expression suggests she took my conversation with Sakaki completely seriously. I say that depends on the contents of Michiru's reports. She really is sending transmissions into space. Their contents will decide our fate.
Michiru-samaが宇宙と交信を? それは初耳です。
I know, right? Humankind ravages nature and slaughters innocent animals to eat their corpses. The aliens learn of our savage ways, we won't get off easy. If you want, we can go watch the crucial moment together.
はい、お供させていただきます。
She's literally just wandering the halls like this? There, you see? Hey, careful. Get any closer and you'll be in danger.
あの姿を見たのは初めてではありませんが、いつも通りショッキングです。
Listen, observe with caution. Can you see how her eyes have rolled back?
はい、白目を向いています。
Probably a sign she's under the control of the mothership.
母艦から。さすが風見さんです。そんなことがわかるなんて。
Well, it's only a hypothesis for the moment.
あれは何ですか？ひどく体をビクンビクンさせていますが。
She may well be fighting with someone in the spirit world, but in the end, we're merely spectators. We can do nothing but watch over her battle.
ミチル様、大変な状況だったんですね。私、そんなこととはつゆ知らずにおりました。
Oh, snap. Then again, we can also interpret this in a very different way.
と言いますと?
That's a dance.
ダンス?
At a glimpse, it may look like she's going into convulsions, but there's also the possibility that she's simply working on her moves.
頭から液体を垂らしながら踊りの練習。ミチル様は一味違いますね。
That's one way to put it. If you think of it as a modern dance expressing her inner self, I say this is actually pretty spot on.
ですが、ミチル様がダンスに精通しているなんて知りませんでした。踊っている姿を拝見したことがあまりないもので。
Amane didn't pick up those cooking skills in a day either. Expertise is a result of hidden dedication to your craft. In other words, Michiru is sowing the seeds here and now for the future flowering of artistic accomplishment.
あんな必死なお顔で。ミチル様の努力には感服いたします。いつか素敵な暗黒舞踏を見せていただきたいものです。
What are we teaching Sachi, Yuan?
ねえ、二人で仲良く何してるの?
Shh, keep it quiet.
今、ミチル様のダンスの練習を見学していたところです。ダンス? どれどれ? ああ、なんだいつものあれじゃない。またやってるのね。
Doesn't it just bring a tear to your eye?
まあ、それはそうね。でも、ちょっと怖くて見たくないな。
I like how no one explains it either. Don't you understand the magnificence of those movements? These steps express a terror and invasion from outer space. Truly, avant-garde.
わかんないわよ。ただ痛みを我慢してるようにしか見えない。
Philistine, to think your frigidity would extend to the fine arts as well.
ちょっと待ってよ。持って何よ、持って。私不干渉じゃないでしょ。
Oh, really?
何よもう。あまねさん、言ってしまわれましたね。
What a sad human being. Can't even appreciate this work of art. Or whatever it is, since I'm basically just making stuff up here.
なるほど。
She's like, I see. Okay, we bored yet?
いえ、まだ観察したいと思っています。
I see. You're passionate. I'm bored. Frankly, I got bored about 2 minutes in.
そうですか。では、私も掃除を続けたいと思います。
Okay.
それでは、失礼いたします。
Alright, see you, Sachi. Good work. If you observe any dramatic changes with Michiru, make sure to report them to me. As I'm leaving, it occurs to me that Michiru's movements are also similar to those of a zombie. That woman is in fact one of the undead. I suppose I'll have to put a bullet in her head. Compared to walking the earth as a living dead, I'm sure she would want it that way. Wow, she's going crazy here. That's it. She's like, alright, next scene. Okay, that's good. Alright, whatever. When you take a walk like this, you realize just how wide a range of shops there is in this town. Just for food, we've got butchers, fishmongers, greengrocers, and convenience stores. There's even 2 large supermarkets on either side of the station. In the town I was living in before, there was of course a shopping area, and scale was adequate to avoid any problems in my daily life, but it was overall a pretty compact district, and most of the stores were small family-owned businesses. It doesn't even bear comparison to what you find in a town fairly close to the metropolitan area, like this one. I don't intend to estimate the wealth of the town by its facade alone, but looking at the number of chic retailers of clothes, jewelry, and other non-essential luxury goods, you'll naturally get an idea of this place's relatively high-class population. So, as for what I'm currently doing in this affluent town, I've been on my way to buy curtains for my windows, heading to a hardware store Amane told me about. Had been. Right. Past tense. I noticed a certain abnormality about 10 minutes ago. Specifically, someone was on my tail. I thought my imagination might have been acting up at first. When I abruptly changed my course just to be safe, they came charging after me in a panic. There's no way this is a coincidence. There are 3 pursuers. Since they're following me in a group rather than dispersed individually, it's incredibly easy to tell. Pretending to look into the show window of a watch shop along the street, I casually glanced at their faces. But they weren't familiar in the slightest, and for a group with a grudge against my workplace, they seemed far too sloppy and dim-witted. Basically, they just look like a bunch of juvenile delinquents. Although naughty lads like this exist in any town, it feels like you actually find more of them in well-off places like this, and they tend to be of a particularly ugly variety. They say the poor can't afford manners, but I find that living in a place where everything you need is dropped in your lap tends to twist people in its own way. Forget about hard work and it's easy to fall into warped ways of thinking. Well then, what to do? What reason would they have for following me around? Although I've been thinking it over for a while, nothing is coming to mind. In which case, it would probably be best to ask them directly. Guess I'll lure them into some nice dark alley. Looking around my surroundings perfectly casually, I'm startled when something unexpected catches my eye. Oh snap. Shit. Why did she have to appear at this, of all times? No, it's nothing. Are you alone? Where's Amane? Ah, Amane said that? Cheeky girl. Well, what can I do about this trim? At this rate, she might get mixed up in this. I thrust my hand into the rear pocket of my school uniform and pull out 3 10,000 yen notes, rolled up with a rubber band. It's hot today, isn't it, Makina? Feel like some ice cream? What Amane doesn't know won't hurt her. I really want ice cream. Can you go buy some? Please, I'll explain it to Amane so she won't get mad at you, okay? I take Makina's hand and forcefully close it around the 30,000 yen. Really? Then go ahead and use the change to dabble in the stock market. Wow, she's a lot smarter than I thought. Anyway, ice cream. Head over to the Baskin Robinson. The Baskin Robinson on the other side of the station. Make mine a caramel ribbon. Double or triple or whatever is fine. Get what you want. What?
なんでお兄ちゃんは一緒に行かないの？
Because I'm too embarrassed to go into that place. Come on, get going.
何か釈然としないものが胸の奥でくすぶっているのだけれども、いい女は余計な質問をして男を困らせないものなのよ。
Okay. I'm gonna say that?
そう。
Cheeky girl.
じゃあ行ってくるのよさ。少しお時間がかかるかもしれませんが、しばしご歓談を。
With who? While watching Makina trot off with the money clenched in her hand, I exhale slowly. Ugh. The bunch following me doesn't show any sign of chasing out Makina and her money. In other words, they're not after me for my cash. If it's not a robbery, I guess that would leave a personal grudge or some sort of class resentment. Either way, not a particularly welcoming situation. Well, whatever. After watching Makina disappear, I find an alley between a cleaner's and a liquor store, casually turn into it as if taking a shortcut.
おい、あいつどこ行った？
逃げられたんか？だから言ったべよ。
あいつやっぱ気づいてたんだって。言ってる間に探せよボギー。ほんと使えねえなてめえら。あ？てめえらって何よ？俺も入ってんの？何それ？リーダー気取り？てめえまたボコられてえの？あ
？Are these guys associated with the guy beat up day one?
だからてめえ一度まぐれで勝ったぐらいで随分とビッグなマウス叩いちゃってくれちゃってんじゃんよ。あ？いいぜ来いよ。俺はいつでもやってやんよマジで。
やめろよ。今あんなことしてる場合じゃねえべよ。
Hey there.
あ、てめえどこに隠れてやがった？
Huh? Behind those beer cases. You need something?
のこのこと自分から出てきやがって。なんか用か？だってよ。おめでたいやつだね。
あんたそれ美浜学園の制服だよな。
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. What about it?
じゃああんたには悪いんだけどもよ。ボコらしてもらうわ。
That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that?
あ？理由なんかねえよ。ただおめえをボッコボコにしてだけ。理解できたか？あ？
Hey now, you're scaring me. Please stop. I can't stand violence.
悪くは思うなよ。こっちも仕事なんでな。
Job.
ぐちゃぐちゃうるせえんだよ。
Let's see. You got a knife, a pipe, and a taser. Let's see. If it were me, I would disarm the guy with the knife and kick the crap out of the guy with the taser. The pipe wouldn't bother me much. Whatevs. Anyway. In an apparent attempt to intimidate me, the man fires a flashy burst of sparks from the stun gun in his hand. The discharge of electrical energy scorches particles of dust in the atmosphere. Burning smell fills the air, prickling the depths of my nose. Close my eyes. The next moment, a siren rings out in my head. I'm in the pouring rain, pushing through the mud at my feet, the taste of iron spreading through my mouth. Hiding my body from the light of the flares, a knife dyed black in my hand, swelling down my heart as it tries to leap out of my mouth. If you want to protect something, first protect yourself. Seems the time has come to make use of my super self-defense technique.
なんだてめえ。おとなしくしてりゃ命だけは助けてやんぞ。
Something tells me you guys aren't going to make it out too well. As the man raises his stun gun and takes a fighting stance to draw a huge breath into my lungs. And ringing out my voice to the limit, I scream. Help me!
てめえふざけんな。
Someone help! Call the police!
さ、でけえ声出すんじゃねえよ。
The man's stun gun discharged a threatening pale bluish arc of electricity in my general direction. Reach out and gently grasp his outthrust hand as if trying to shake. Guess that's about what you expect. In this narrow alley, all three can't attack me at once. Maybe he planned for this sort of cramped space, or maybe it's just a coincidence from prioritizing ease of concealment. Either way, the iron pipe in the man with the black tank top's hand is cut very short, not well suited for disabling me with a single blow. That said, the guy next to him with the knife isn't much use either. Might look like the most dangerous of the bunch at a glance, but a weapon like that is actually a hindrance if he's not planning to kill me. That's true. The situation of flashiest, easiest to use weapons is also the most effective. Stun gun can stop me dead with a single attack. The ideal would be to fire off a single shot to eliminate my mobility and crush my fighting spirit. Then have all three surround me and beat me senseless. Oh. Now that's just rude. I don't go around holding hands with men for fun of it. Though it looks like a casual light grasp, truth is I've got a hold on a vital point on the hand he's holding the stun gun with. When I put pressure on this exact spot, he can't push or pull as long as he's maintaining his grip. If he were to pull back hard using the weight of his body, I could rip his hand free, but I'm controlling his center of gravity as well. That's sadly not an option. Alright. It's not like I'm grabbing you that hard. You're just like the monkey with his hand stuck in the jar. Might as well just drop the banana, right? At my words, the man's firm grip on the stun gun weakens for just an instant. In the moment I feel the loosening of his proximal phalanx bones, I twist his wrist sharply upward, and dig my thumb hard into the side of his hand. By first extending the joints of his wrist and attacking them with the pinpoint pressure of my finger, I've completely disabled his ability to maintain a grip. The stun gun slips out of his hand. Whoops. Catching the stun gun as it falls from the man's hand, I jerk his arm upward to immobilize his elbow joint. Then push him hard against a pile of beer cases stacked along the wall. Well, he's gone. I mash the man's face against the beer case while maintaining my incapacitated wrist hold. The next moment, I push the stun gun against the scruff of his neck and throw the switch without hesitation. One down. Here, catch. As the next man raises his short iron pipe above his head like a hammer, I abruptly toss the stun gun in his direction. The man reaches out in panic to try to receive the stun gun. Been a while since I've seen a bunch of clowns. Kick my knee up sharply into his virtually defenseless abdomen. Instantly doubling over his belly in an instinctive attempt to protect the place he's been attacked, the man's chin sticks out as if begging to be kicked. Well, if you insist. The air that was in the man's lungs squirts out through his nose as his eyes roll back into his head. He crumples face first onto the ground. Hi, guy. I'll give you 2 seconds. Drop the knife. 1. 2. Like, really? This guy was not smart enough to drop the knife? Okay, no, he does. The man throws the knife in his hand aside and stumbles backward in a blind panic trying to escape. And where are you going? I quickly trample down on his foot from above, sealing his movement. Then strike hard at the base of his throat with the joint of my right thumb. His throat crushed in the middle of a breath, the man's momentarily compressed trachea sticks shut under the inward pressure from his lungs, rendering breathing temporarily impossible. As the man claws desperately at his throat, his eyes bulge open wide and release a flood of tears. He falls with a thud onto his backside. I don't think we're done with our chat. You have to be a patient kid and listen to what others have to say, or you won't get any snacks, okay? Glancing sidelong at the man as he grasps his throat with both his hands and flails his legs around, I crouch down and pick up the knife he tossed away. Well, if your throat happens to get cut, you won't be able to eat your snacks anyway, I guess. Gary, Stu, I've got questions. Would you be so kind as to answer? What, can't talk? Want me to open a hole in your lung? It'll release that air pressure so you can breathe nice and easy. The man responds to my offer by violently shaking his head from side to side. Don't worry, you've got 2 perfectly good lungs. Getting a hole poked in one won't kill you. I stand looking down on him with the knife in one hand. The man scrambles desperately at the ground, trying to put some distance between us. Seriously, where do you think you're going? You want me to make it physically impossible for you to run? Just answer my questions. First question, who gave you the orders? One of you said this was your job, right? But you didn't show any interest in a little girl with money in her hand, so this wasn't just a stick-up. Somebody asked you, right? To beat the shit out of me in particular.
俺は知らないんだ。そこの鉢巻きの男が持ってきた仕事だ。あんたをボコれば30万くれるって。俺はただ一緒に来れば10万やるって言われて、何も知らずについてきただけなんだ。
Screwed up. Should have talked to him instead of you. Still grasping a knife in my hand, I glanced back at the man with the bandana. He's flat in the asphalt, his eyes roll up all the way back to his head, drooling from the mouth. Well, whatever. Next question. Did you come after me knowing who I am? Do you know my name?
知らない。ただ駅前で美浜学園の制服を着た男がいたらボコれって、そう言われただけで名指しだったわけじゃない。本当だ。
Well, that's as expected. First thing these guys asked me was about the Mihama uniform. That's evidence that they were targeting a male Mihama Academy student rather than Kazama Yuji. That said, I'm the only male student at Mihama Academy at the moment. Ultimately, I was the specific target. But considering the bunch of clowns they sent, it's hard to think this has any connection to anyone with a grudge related to my job. So who the hell and for what reason? First things first. Doesn't seem like I'm going to get anything useful out of you, does it? In that case, might as well finish this one off, wake up Bandana Man, and squeeze it out of him. Yo, how's it going, Armando? Don't get so worked up. Rest assured, I don't kill people. Well, sometimes they might wish I had by the time I'm through. What are you quivering about? You that scared to die? I realize that. I'm still gripping the open knife in my hand. Ah, my bad. I'll get this back later. Release the folding knife lock, and shut the blade away with a snap. But I recommend not carrying toys like this around. Having one on hand makes you want to use it. With something like this in your pocket, your mouth gets smarter. You start swaggering around, picking stupid fights with people. If you lose control, you end up doing something you can't take back. He's probably just trying to look cool, but depending on a toy like this, to prop up your ego seems more pathetic from where I stand. The blinding beam of a flashlight shines through the dim alleyway into my face. I instinctively shield my eyes. Yeah, no need to scream. I'm not an old man. My ears work just fine. That's my line. Have to say though, the police force in this town really is pretty impressive. Did you hear my scream? God damn it, policeman. What's that supposed to mean? Almost sounds like you think of me as that guy who's going to cause trouble sooner or later. Talk about rude. Come on now, I'm the victim here, you know? Still holding the knife I took from the man in my hand. Guess I won't be able to talk myself out of this one. Damn it, guess that's that. Hey, it's Makina. Ah, and of course she has to come back at this exact moment. When I turn around, I find Makina standing behind me, ice cream cones in both hands. Huh? No, she's my classmate, I suppose. Police says, I don't know what to think. Well, for some reason I got the feeling this policeman's mental image of me is getting worse by the second. Yeah, fine. Don't worry, it's not like I'm getting arrested. I'll be back as soon as I explain the situation, so you go ahead and head home. Drop a hand on Makina's head with a gentle thump and use my other hand to take the ice cream cone she bought for me. Yay, thanks for the ice cream. I said I'd come, didn't I? She doesn't have anything to do with it. Go ahead, Makina. What she think the police are? I'm not going off to war. Don't make that face. I'll be back soon. I bet the policeman, oh man, it's like, man, I feel worse. I don't know what to think. When I give her back a light push, Makina slowly walks away, pausing several times to glance back at me. After watching her disappear around the corner, I turned to face the policeman. Even I can be kind to children when the mood strikes me. The policeman points at my hand where I'm holding my caramel ribbon cone. Mind your own business. I sink my teeth into ice cream Akina brought for me. I'm gonna eat my ice cream, man. Screw you. Oh, man. Back in the interrogation room. Armando, that'll get you arrested. Don't make your classmates call you Oni-chan. So I finally find myself in this sweatbox for the second time. Having been through this once already, I've gotten a little used to the place. While the uniformed cop was guiding me here, I looked around the station for familiar faces. I noticed a young detective who interviewed me the other day slurping up soba noodles at his desk. Trying to send a small message of apologies for the last time, I smiled and bowed my head lightly in greeting. The young detective scowled back bluntly and spun his chair away from me, still clutching his bowl. Possibly, he's got some idea of my background now, as his gesture seemed to be saying, I've got no intention of playing nice with Ichigaya. Either way, it was a firm and unambiguous rejection. An attitude like that, it's no wonder the police rarely get any civilian cooperation these days. I really told him as much, but managed to swallow the words down with a smile. Looking at things from his point of view, I'm definitely nothing but trouble. If he sits down across from me again, I think I might as well come out and give him a vocal apology at least. But betraying my expectations, the person who enters the room is the sly-looking elderly detective I spoke with before my release last time. Hi, guy. Well, times 4. I don't know if it's a vocal tick or what, but this detective seems to enjoy repeating that word. But this sort of guy just loves to play the slow-witted old man like that. Then suddenly asks you how many times I say well just now to probe how mentally focused you are on the conversation. You respond, don't know, having thrown you off balance. He'll barrage you with sharp, to-the-point questions. This is a sort of old codger you could never let your guard down around. I was the victim of a unilateral assault. I didn't go looking to cause trouble. More importantly, have you ID'd the people who attacked me?
Who
are they? I'm not particularly looking for revenge, if that's what you're worried about.
That's
a police. Just a bunch of thugs?
Hey, そう考えてもらって間違いありませんな。あの中の一人は地元の暴力団とのつながりもありますが、まあ極めて善良な一般市民ですな。
Exemplary, huh?
あなた方に比べればという意味ですよ。
You didn't need to spell that out. And? They confess to anything about why they attacked me?
はいはい、そりゃもう素直にゲロしましたよ。ですがまあ、なんと説明したものでしょうね。いわゆる最近流行りのネット殺人ってやつなんですよね。
Net murder.
いや、私も詳しくないんで、うまく説明できないんですがね。なんでも、ネットの掲示板に殺人依頼の書き込みをすると、いわゆる仕置き人という連中が代理で実行してくれるらしいのですわ。まあ、殺人依頼の書き込みってのはほとんどが冷やかしで、実際のところは気に入らない相手の名前を書いて、死なない程度に袋叩きにしてくれというのがほとんどだそうなんですがね。
So, they didn't have any idea of my background when they attacked me.
うちの若いのにそのインターネット掲示板とやらを調べさせたのですが、あなたの名前は上がっていないそうです。連中が名前も知らずにあなたを襲ったのは間違いないでしょう。
Who placed the request?
さあ、そこまでは。一応、ハンドルネームっていうんですかね。名前のとこには「マオ」と書かれていたそうですよ。 何かお心当たりは？
Mao? No idea. You couldn't trace the IP?
ああ、なんだかよくわかりませんけどね。今うちの若い連中がその辺から調べてるみたいで、プロバイダーまでは終えたらしいんですが、どうにも漫画喫茶から発信されたみたいでね、今何人か向かわせとるところです。
What kind of an idiot runs a public net cafe without restrictions on BBS posting this day and age? Regardless, I don't think there's much hope of finding the criminal among their customers.
いやはや、しかし最近は何でもネットですよ。私らジジイにはちんぷんかんぷんですわ。
へ。
はは、私らはほれ、コンピューターってやつで動いてますんでね。
Meanwhile, here I am live streaming. That gag physically hurt. If this was America, I'd sue.
ま、何にせよ恐ろしい世の中ですよ。あなたもせいぜい気をつけることですな。
Sorry for the trouble. Continuing this conversation is going to get me any more information. I lift myself up off the cheap folding chair.
ああ、風見さん、まだ帰ってもらっちゃ困るのですわ。
You already got my statement, right?
そのことなんですがね。今回の件を傷害事件として刑事告訴されますか？
Not necessary. I haven't suffered anything except the loss of my time and energy.
まあそれがよろしいでしょうな。風見さん、あなたちょっとやりすぎですよ。逆に過剰防衛の線で粘られると厄介ですよ。下手すりゃ特別公務員暴行陵虐罪ってやつですわ。おたくさんの組織じゃ裁判費用は自腹なんじゃないですか？
If they try suing me, I'll have a little talk with my superiors. You did say nobody would miss them if they fell off the face of the earth, right?
おお、怖い怖い。では今回の件は私の方でうまく処理しておきましょう。
Do your job, man. Sorry, I'd appreciate that. Next time I stop by, I'll bring a present.
もう二度と来ないでくれるのが一番ありがたいですな。
And that's fair. Turning my back on the vaguely grating laughter of the sly old man, I leave the sweatbox. Yeah. Well then, how do I explain this one to JB? It's all well and good that the police let me walk, but my problems aren't quite over. This incident must have reached Ichigaya by now. As my direct superior and case officer, JB will be taking a lot of heat. In fact, she's probably grudgingly kowtowing to the brass right about now. Let out a short sigh, take my cell phone from my pocket, and turn on the power. Next moment, with startling timing, it begins to ring.
Hello, Yuji.
Damn it. Hi there, JB. Voice is lovely as always. I've been charmed out of my senses. Want to get married?
いいわよ。今すぐ婚姻届を持って市ヶ谷まで私を迎えに来てちょうだい。
My bad. Let's get down to business.
分かってるとは思うけど、私は忙しいの。だから担当直入に言うけど、次に問題を起こしたら謹慎ね。ついでに外出と主保物品も規制して強制労働を課します。
Hey, GB. Do you know there's actually a word for that now? It's called imprisonment.
大丈夫。寂しくないように週に一度は面会に行ってあげるから。
Is that how the grown-ups run things in this country?
正常に機能しない国防装置に払う税金はないの。言ってる意味はわかるわね。
I understand. My bad.
もし言い訳があるのなら聞いてあげる。
No, I don't have an excuse. But there's something I want to say.
言ってみなさいな。
JB, I love you. And...
それと
No, I shouldn't. If I say this, you'll definitely get mad.
何よ。怒らないから言いなさい。
Okay, here I go. Quit your bitching, fish face. I'll stick that phone so far up your ass you'll feel the ringtone in your colon. Quickly end the call and turn off the cell phone. JB, you're a truly understanding superior to lend an ear to your subordinate's abuse. It's thanks to you that I can vent my stress and enjoy my days in serenity. God damn it. Huh? Makina, were you waiting for me here?
だってお兄ちゃん警察に連れて行かれちゃったし、後から来た警察の人に話を聞いたら、なんか3人の男の人と喧嘩したって言うし、私心配だったのよ。
I see. I dropped my hand on Makina's head with a thud. It's becoming a habit. How to put it, this head is at just the right height to rest your hand on.
ずっと待ってたのよ。
You just got notified for the stream? Oh snap! Am I live streaming? It's only an hour and 40 minutes late. Sorry I worried you. When I look closely, Makina's still clutching the paper from her ice cream cone in her hand. She must have taken my "I'll be back soon" literally and stayed right here the entire time.
怪我はしてないの？大丈夫？
What do you think you're talking to? There's no way I lose to the likes of them.
お兄ちゃん、喧嘩強いの？
Don't want to boast, but the only person who's beat me in a fight is my master.
じゃあ、私がピンチな時は助けてくれる？
Don't want to make promises, but sure. You just worry about living a solid, decent life, and you won't need rescuing. More importantly, let's get back quickly. Amana must be worried.
怒られそうになったら助けてくれる？
Well, yeah. I think I can handle that much, at least. Come on, let's go. Makina nods energetically, trots up next to me, and grabs hold of my left hand. First Amana and now Makina. Why are my hands in such demand lately? Apparently, sensing my unspoken complaint, Makina squeezes my hand forcefully.
あのね、どこにも行ったら嫌なのよ。
You don't need to squeeze that hard. I'm not going to vanish all of a sudden.
絶対？
Can't make any guarantees. As I pull Makina along by her strangely warm hand, we set off for the dorm. Walk side by side, our lengthening shadows spreading out across the road. A long time ago, I used to be fascinated and puzzled by the way shadows would grow as the sun began to sink under the horizon. Who explained it to me at the time? I don't think it was my mother. Although I do remember walking hand in hand with my master at sunset, there's no way that woman would have given me a straight answer. Which would leave... yeah. It was my sister, wasn't it? Bathed in the evening sun, pulled along by my sister's hand, I pointed at my expanding shadow and asked her, "Why do shadows get all long at sunset?" The answer she gave in return was overly technical, explaining how the changing of the seasons affected the phenomenon, and at the time I didn't really understand any of it. Used to be, I was the one being pulled along.
何？
No, it's nothing.
独り言が多いと変なやつだと思われちゃうのよ。
Guess I'll be weird. Duly noted. Hadn't thought I'd ever become the sort of person who could take another's hand in mine and lead them home. But there's no guarantee I'll be here to do the same tomorrow. By this time tomorrow evening, the hand that's holding hers may be gone. Hey, live life to the fullest, you know. Hallway.
コン。
Well, you know when Michiru is involved, something ridiculous is going to happen.
よし、行くわよ。おはよう。みんな元気にしてる？
I watch from behind as Michiru boldly leaps into the classroom like a paratrooper jumping into the sky over Normandy. Naturally, she's not as heavily equipped, but in her grim resolve, she's a match for any screaming eagle. Without such intestinal fortitude, there's no way the girl could charge so defensively into that classroom. Well, unless she's simply unaware of the situation. Seems like the latter. You are a truly foolish woman, Michiru.
ちょっと何あれ？なんで？
And here I was, filled with admiration for your kamikaze spirit. To think you were just wallowing in ignorance.
知らなかったわよ。通りで教室に誰もいないわけじゃない。なんで教えてくれないのよ。
Tsundere, the brand you can trust. Really, Shade? Because you didn't ask.
だって教室の中に蜂がいるなんて普通想像しないでしょ。
That's right, the situation. A bee. A flying pest has occupied our classroom. Now lies in ambush. Our classmates have all withdrawn from the field.
中が危ないなら危ないって先に言ってくれないと困るじゃない。
This is exactly why you're renowned as the most brainless of bimbos. Every action should be taken only after consideration of the worst case scenario. Don't you have any common sense at all? What kind of an idiot opens a door without assessing the risks?
ドアぐらい普通に開けるでしょ。
Whenever you open a door, do so in steadfast resolve to find Somalia waiting on the other side.
そんな覚悟持ってないわよ。何？どうやって開けばいいの？
You're not worthy of my instruction.
なんでそんなケチンボなのよ。安全なドアの開け方を教えなさいよね。
Labyrinth? Oh. If you're that determined, I suppose I can make an exception. Step 1. Confirm the surrounding area. Standing in front of the door, I demonstrate by pointing sequentially to the ceiling, the floor, my front, my rear, my left, and my right, following with my eyes.
なるほどなるほど。周囲を確認ね。それから
Observe with the utmost caution, you understand? Search every inch of your surroundings on the assumption that they hide deadly traps.
それから どうしたの？
Quiet. We've just begun our 6-hour stakeout period, of course.
長いわよ。そんなに待てるわけないでしょ。
What? By all rights, you should obtain a map, infiltrate, and watch from cover for a week in advance. Granting extraordinary permission for a raid after nothing more than an observation period. And you're still not satisfied? Just how far do you expect me to indulge your laziness, you spoiled bottle blonde? And you call yourself Japanese?
いいから簡単に教えなさいよ。簡単に。
Very well. I'll teach you the simplest possible method using nice small words. First, we slowly open the door. Then we throw in the decoy. Next, we close the door and stand by until the decoys report. Listen up, maggot. You have a scouting mission to complete. Desertion in the face of the enemy is treason. If you turn your back on your foe and come crawling to safety, I'll re-educate you with my own hands. Calm down and maintain your composure. Don't let panic blind you. Use those holes in your head you call eyes. You're truly hopeless. Very well, I'll go so far as to sing a song to give you courage. La la, gleaming like the morning sun, Walter Priacht und Reisig. I see, she decides to silence her breathing and hide. Compared to noisily trying to escape, that's a much wiser course of action. She gained such instinctive understanding of the art of reconnaissance in this short time. Be sure, my friend, we might make a scout of you yet, Shrews collapsed on the floor, her eyes rolling around in her head. What's all this then? Hey, maggot, who authorized you to faint? Calm yourself, this thing is nothing more than an insect! Ha! Be eliminated. Situation resolved. I told you to calm yourself. This kind of bee can't sting. Listen well. Bee stinger is a part of its ovipositor. Therefore, males don't have one. Look closely. This thing is harmless. They jumped to conclusions and mistook this for the dangerous variety. Ran off to get insecticide or something. Wanna hold it?
てわかるとそんなに怖くないわね。これも大丈夫なやつでしょ？
That one has a stinger, doesn't it? That's a giant hornet. It stings, also it's poisonous. Shh, it'll sting you if you shout. Keep quiet. I like how she's like, quietly. Listen carefully, Michiru. Giant hornets don't just sting. They inject potent venom. Slight digression, but this thing is called the Yak Killer because of its poisonous cocktail. Don't make any sudden movements, walk slowly, and keep quiet. Fortunately, you're a blonde, so your coloration is similar to that of a hornet. In other words, there's no problem if he accepts you as his friend. What is she doing? Oh, offering it a Bohemian folk song. Very sensible. When they clack their mandibles together like that, it signifies a final warning. If you make any more stupid moves, you'll be stung for sure. Sachi drags a tank with an atomizing nozzle and hose into the room. It looks like it's designed for spraying agricultural chemicals. Apparently it's full of her own cocktail. Uh-oh. What? Don't worry, it's neurotoxin. Neurotoxin. Sounds like it'll take that hornet out for sure. Got to come up with a plan B or this won't end well. That hornet is pretty worked up. Just what did you do to that poor hornet? Sachi looks so dejected. Seems to be aiming at your legs. Michiru, do you think you'll be needing those in the future? I see. Stepped on it. Did she use honey shampoo? Well, it's a hornet, though. The squash hornet stuck flat to the bottom of her shoes. Sakagi walks to her desk and takes out a book. Although the girl glanced over here briefly, she soon pulls out her bookmark without another word and begins moving her eyes across the lines of text. Sachi. There's got to be a nest somewhere nearby. Think you can find it and give it a dose of that cocktail of yours?
はい、かしこまりました。つまり、ユミコ最強説ってことね。
Not the type you want to make an enemy of. With this, the Hornet incident draws to a close without casualties. Just as they say, at times, ignorance is bliss. I think that's a good place to call it. That oh my god, these are all funny. All right, guys, it is time. Oh man, this game is great. This game is beautiful. Yeah, it's been almost 2 hours, so hope you guys enjoyed it too. We'll do this again next week, unless I suddenly become ill. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Please don't. Anyway, this is animefanrk2k. Thank you very much for watching the Monday Night Livestream, and I hope you join me next week for another one, or you know, see me in whichever other videos I upload next. So, see ya. Peace and good night.